Well, good morning. It's a beautiful morning here on the Hillside Farm. What's up, guys? We're headed over to another farm today to help put up some plastic on the greenhouse. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey, so we're over at Annika and Nathan's farm, Peninsula Petals. Annika, Nathan, and we're just getting ready to put up some greenhouse plastic. Should be a fun day. Early spring here at Peninsula Petals. So they're just getting started here, but in the middle of the summer, they've got tons of flowers, tons of blueberries. It's a really beautiful farm. So we're going to get things going here.
You can just set it down, Gavin. Wow, first try.
That rope is a lot heavier. That rope is going to be harder to apply.
Well, we got all the plastic up on the greenhouse, so they're ready to plant. It's still cold right now, but we're trying to get some stuff done. Right now, as you can see, the chickens are out. So we went back in the coop at night and clipped their wings a little bit more, and they still getting out. So we've got to build up our fence a little bit. So I got 8-foot tall T-posts, and I'm gonna pound those in the ground, bring our fence up a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the chickens from getting out. We used to love chickens roaming around, and it makes their eggs really good. It really does, but it really destroys a lot of our flower beds. Any of the landscaping we do around the house, they just dig it up and destroy it. And Melissa's been doing a ton of work on that, so we really don't want to get all that destroyed. So we're gonna get to work pounding these posts in and making the fence just a little bit higher. I think it'll keep them in. I got a couple posts hammered in here. Oh, this is kind of jimmy rigged a little bit. So I've got the fence that I had before, and I'm just going to, I got a 2-foot fence above this. I'm just going to put up and strap it to the other one. Maybe not the prettiest thing in the world, but did you see my chicken coop? Not the prettiest thing in the world either. Well, I think this is going to work. I do. All right, so we got the fence up for the chickens. So this is all way higher now, about 6 feet high. There is another section that was folded down that's 5 feet high right here. So it's not quite as high, but we're keeping the chickens in. Look at them all. All the chickens. So they're all staying in their coop now, most of them. There's a couple that are still getting out. If it turns out that we start getting more out or the couple start causing a problem, then we might have to increase part of this fence even higher. But sure is nice to have the chickens staying in their coop and not scratching everything up. Bark, 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 bark. What's up, guys? Look at all the eggs. So this is an old building that was on the property when we bought the property. The gentleman actually that had lived here years previously had actually lived in this building. So it was set up. This was his kitchen area. He had a sink in here, had his wood stove. And then right in here was actually, there was a bathroom and a shower. I think he slept in here, I'm not sure. But there's a bathroom and a shower in here. And then he had the wood stove and the kitchen sink. So I heard he was a pretty cool guy. Actually, the story that they tell me is that this gentleman who owned this property prior, but this guy was a veteran, and he was such a tough guy that basically they were drilling a well and they were pounding in, they were putting a point in, and they're pounding it in, and everybody had to use both arms, and it was super hard. And they said, "Hey, would you come on over here, and I'll give you a beer if you help us out." And the story is, they said he held a beer in one hand, and he pounded him with the other hand harder than the other guys could with both hands. So this guy was a legit outdoors guy who lived off the land. Now we're trying to build the property again and make it super self-sustainable as well. So pretty interesting. I love hearing the stories of the property. But well, chickens, there you go. All right, we'll get you some little food, a little more food, more water. This morning, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go ahead and get water down to the hoop house. And so this is my little setup here, my 50-gallon drum right here buried. There's actually two right on top of each other, and there's a valve way deep in there. to open up the water to the hoop house. So let's get this done this morning. I'm gonna get this opened up, and that way we don't have to carry water. The reason that we have it shut off in the wintertime is pipes that are running down to the hoop house are only about 2 feet underneath the ground. They're old pipes that were here a long time ago, and they're about 2 feet underneath the ground. Well, during the wintertime, our ground will freeze up to 4 feet. So we really want those pipes deep if we're going to keep them going all winter long. So because they're not that deep, we shut it off in the winter, and then we open it back up in the springtime. Let's get that opened up. So I've got it insulated inside. It's all insulation here. All right. So after all that insulation, you can see down here, so this is my release valve here, and so I actually connect this to an air compressor to blow all the water out in the wintertime. So that's all set. Make sure that's off. And then this right here, this pipe right here goes down to a valve way down at the bottom there. You can see that valve. That's connected to a line that's 4 feet underneath the ground. That line goes up to my water, to my sheep, so that's open all winter long. But that line right there is gonna go out now to the garden. And it's gonna go to the garden all the way down the hill and around the corner. So let's turn it on. Basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna untie this. It's all opened up. I just opened it up with this right here. You can turn it, turning it off, turning it on. When I made that last year, holy smokes, was that way better. Just way easier than the setup I had before. Works pretty well. I really like it because I can run it down actually to this drop down spout that I've got down at the garden. So even if it freezes in April, May, it's still fine because the ground's not frozen. And then I've got actually other lines that go farther out into closer to my hoop houses and actually farther out into the field. Those lines are not frost free, so they do have to wait till mid-May to open those up. But we're not planting any plants outside until then anyways, so it's really not a big deal. So all right, so we're here now at the line, and let's open this up and make sure we got water. It's gonna blow all that air out. It's gonna blow all that air out because I aired it out. So it's gonna be a little bit dirty for a minute. All right, so the big thing is really quick is that I do have an old line that's also teed into this that I have to make sure is not leaking right now. So this is the pump. This pump's all rusted out. It looks like we're okay. Doesn't look like it's leaking, at least not yet. So we'll leave that alone. I'm not even gonna try to open that up. Look at our beautiful junk pile, everybody. Every farm has a junk pile. There's a junk pile. Let's get some water to the rosemary. All my hoses are in here. I think what happened was I actually had some hoses going to the shiitake mushrooms, and last thing in the winter I was like, all right, get them in. Here we go. Zipper end walls are sweet, but the zippers break eventually. I got one that's broken. That's okay. Those we used it. All right, water in the rosemary. You can see like some of it is not probably alive, so we had a hard winter, so we'll see how much actually survives here. We'll see you guys next week on this channel. If you guys like it, subscribe below. If you don't like it, don't hit the like button. And hope you guys are having a great week. Hang in there, guys. We'll see you next week.